from the weekend. Me, I'm especially looking forward to the weekend. Whether I will rest on the weekend or not is another matter entirely, but I shall will not wake up by 4 o'clock. That's the one that is the cocoa. But so I'm happy for that one. You're tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is the Daily News Review program of the Full Breakfast Show this morning, where we run through the headlines and then we tackle the headlines that caught our eye this morning. And the ones this morning, my. Let's just be that's all I can say. My name is from Bangalore. I realized I didn't say my name this morning, but we are joined. Our analyst, Sumba will come early. If there's anything in about Sumba, she's here. Up and active, up and grateful. Good morning, Sumba. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Nice to be here. Good morning, Rose. I can see you.
Hi,
You are
Rose.
muted. Don't worry.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here this morning with both of you. Sumbo, how have you been? It's been like a long week of hearing and seeing you.
We are managing Nigeria. We are surviving Nigeria.
God, I beg. Sumba, wait now, it's early. You see early that is early. Yes. Okay, let's get into it. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917. You can also listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. And the phone lines will open shortly. We welcome every single contribution and comment, but make sure that it's respectful. We don't want bad words this morning. Just keep it. Well, today is not Tuesday, so no bad words today. Okay, Rose, let's do this. Punch newspaper, Disu declares total war on police corruption and impunity. You see, like I always say on this program, Rose, once they just give somebody a new title, next thing, because you want to show that you can work, at least make we see them first now. Let's show workings first now before we go by what you're saying. Gunmen, because I'm not pretending at the same thing now. They're still dragging. Oh, are we doing real time? Oh, we're not doing real time. Oh, we're not doing that. So, Musa as well. Is it Christopher Musa as well? Came in and I'm going to kill insecurity. I mean, they are doing well. Let me be fair. We're seeing movement, but we're not seeing enough movement, right? So I don't come and promise us things, and then when I enter one chance, I will not be holding you by your word, because there's one thing that people have been dragging the president by in the last maybe 2 weeks. No, I think this year, where he said in the 4 years of his first 4 years, he will sort out electricity, but lo and behold, they are now off the grid. They're on solar. So do with that information what you will. Next up, we have gunmen kill Edo Chief.
4 years is not over yet. 4 years is not over yet. So
the 4 years is already over. The 4 years is over because they're already campaigning. Nobody is doing anything in this 1 year. Nobody's doing anything. Let's call it spade a spade. All of them are campaigning for rerun. It's even campaign they're doing. They're all working toward a rerun. I won't say they're campaigning. So nobody's looking at 4 years. This year it doesn't count at all, which is so unfortunate. Anyway, gunmen kill Edo chief, abduct 2 daughters. Those are the headlines from the Punch newspaper.
All right, heading on to the Guardian newspaper. Corona fixes April 14th for inquest into Chimamanda Adichie's son's death. Okwebolo condemns attack on APC members, says internal party dispute taken to
we shall be seeing as everything is unraveling. Moving on to the Weekdays newspaper, we have FCT bylaw. Court bars AMAC from arresting private vehicles not used for commercial purposes. Like, why could you be arresting private vehicles in the first instance? This country, okay. Anthony Joshua's crash driver case adjourned to March 13th. I really, really hope that this guy gets justice for himself, and it's not that they're looking for a scapegoat. Interestingly, myself and I think my brother were talking about this case last week, and I said to him, I said, look, you cannot, we know how it is. Like if you're in a car, let's use Tom as an example. Tom will tell you, or when she's in the car with Ola, she's telling him, don't drive, don't Rora, I can drive myself. But that's one person. Most people that we know, when they're on the express, they overtake. They want to speed. They want to show that, yes, let me flex the muscle of my car. And I'm not saying that's what happened in this case. Nobody truly knows what happened on that road. Nobody knows what happened inside that car. Nobody knows whether the driver was being egged on to speed. Bearing in mind that this driver has been Anthony Joshua's driver for the last 3-4 years. So obviously he trusts him. Obviously he knows how he drives. So I'm hoping he gets justice, and it's not that they are hanging it on his head because it is a public figure. Because you know that in Nigeria, once it's a public figure, justice used to be fast. And unfortunately, those who have nobody speaking for them are the ones that bear the consequences. But I think, Rose, you wanted to say something. I saw you that you were about to say something.
I'm just wondering that are we still on this case?
Yes,
I was just watching to my mind.
we're still on it.
Oh girl, are we still on this?
Yeah.
Can we just allow this poor man? Because at the end of the day, I mean, is it because it's Anthony Joshua? If it's not Anthony Joshua now,
what would have happened?
Going around with his business.
Exactly.
So can we do the right thing and allow this man rest?
May I beg to differ. What is critical here is that 2 souls were lost.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And so if you talk about justice, you're not just talking about justice for the driver, you're just talking about justice for those souls that died, unnecessarily. So, and the moment you are engaged, maybe you are driving a car, there's an accident, someone dies, engaged in one fight or someone dies, they automatically and the owner now comes on you to say, oh, not what I mean, I'm liable. So depends on the evidences that see. Anthony comes to test, maybe they will get, I don't know if you remember that well. Eventually they ran in vehicles. So we can case, but you can't just go and advocating for the driver on an emotional basis. It's not going to happen. Don't forget, 2 lives were lost. And the justice for those 2 lives, would ordinarily outweigh the justice, that you are seeking for. But ideally, all of us to get justice, both sides get justice. But we can't just be saying, oh, we hope the driver gets justice, all of that. The law, what is needful, and of course in Nigeria, time. So I just put it out.
I mean, I do agree with you, Sumbo. However, in this case, again, I agree with you. 2 lives were lost, and we cannot minimize that. Again, I'm just saying that we don't know what happened in that car. We don't know if it was the people that passed on that said, oh yeah, speed, regardless of the outcome, not thinking that, telling them.
Even if they did, not going to take to that. You are on the driver's seat. You're the one who, you are driving because your license qualifies to drive. There are rules, that you must obey when you are on that seat. Ideally, there should be limits. So if I'm driving on the Lagos, if I drive, the best of my knowledge, it was 100 kilometers per hour. It doesn't matter who I'm carrying. If you tell me to go beyond that, it is my responsibility to obey the law rather than obey you. So even if they're carrying on speed, that will make a difference the problem.
Fair, Sha. Fair. I mean, I do agree with you. 2 lives were lost and somebody has to be punished. Unfortunately, it is the driver, because even if anybody is egging you on to go, it's your responsibility to slow down because you are the driver. If anything happens, it will be on your head. And I mean, this is a call to everyone, every single person, a driver, whoever you are, as long as you are behind, the wheel, you have a lot of responsibility to be responsible on the road, basically, because I mean, look at this. Okay, moving on to Daily Trust, Rose.
All right, on the Daily Trust, U.S. jails ex-NNPC executive over $2.1 million bribe.
As you people don't want to arrest anybody in this country, they will do it for you in the abroad. Maybe you don't want to hear what, you shall disgrace yourself abroad.
We're carrying our bad character everywhere.
Yes. Simple. Maybe you don't want to have respect for yourself. Like this person, I'm sure somebody noticed something somewhere. Somebody noticed something funny, like, and money moved around. But since you don't want to, oh yeah, now carry go. All the best to everybody.
Don't worry. When it's done serving whatever sentence, and before there will be Thanksgiving or and then at the end of the chicken, and then the ballot decide they want to run for God's election.
God, I beg.
Your excellence. So
not one light holds. Unfortunately. All right, another one. The last one we have on Daily Trust says, Arraign El-Rufai or set him free, MURIC tells ICPC. Everybody is suddenly interested in this case. Well, let's see how this gets to unfold. At least I think it's getting to a week now that Adetomo said, let's grab popcorn, sit down and watch how this unfolds, because there's going to be a lot of episodes under this particular series of El-Rufai and ICPC. So let's see how it continues to go.
My own is even that MURIC when I not come out all protocol, the same protocol, no disrespect to anybody in MURIC. People will not come out when there's underage girls being married off. You will not come out when there's violence against women, against the girl child. It reached El-Rufai now. MURIC say you are giving law, you are giving order to who, you are giving ultimatum to who. And this is the thing that stresses me out about government bodies or any form of organization in Nigeria, whether religious or whatever, when they are meant to speak. See, now election is coming. We see area that say, religious leaders are not saying anything about who people should vote for, because you tell people what to do, but you're not saying, you're not asking them to go and register for what's that thing we are ready. Voters card registration. You're not asking them to do that. When it comes to real life social issues that are affecting Nigerians that come to either your church or your mosque, open your mouth. Non-governmental organizations, all of them, but you reach El-Rufai. You see, we know what we're doing in this country. Was it not yesterday we spent some time talking about Zamfara giving Imam 40 cars? We know what we're doing in this country.
So, but let us shock you. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw that headline, because we took time to actually look at that headline with Fumi. In Zamfara State, the governor is giving the imams
ridiculous
of the state, 40 of them. He bought cars and gave to them that they should use it to be doing religious runs. They should use it to be doing
religious runs. Is so funny.
That now they should be running around for their religious activities. 40 cars, and that was the first phase. And let's not forget, somebody, that last week Friday, about 50 people were killed in Zamfara State. Somebody think of me yesterday. True, you helped me. First phase,
to that governor to increase the number of police vehicles or security vehicles. Give more necessary to that they can tackle the insecurity and it the remind having leisure rights. You see, Nigeria is warped, and we are just not ready to do anything constructive. When I see news like that, I decide like start. You know, Rose, we've been on this issue long time. If we want to become a religion state, whichever one we want to do, let's do it and know that that's what we have come to do in this, to do religion and to leave every other, you know, abandon. It doesn't make sense, you know, but this is the way, you know, the cookie crumbles in this situation. I don't know when we're going to get out of it. When it's done with that, ruler scars again, and then when it comes to the person, one other thing that they do, the ownership responsibility empowerment with of the girls, conduct ways and give them matrices. Can we move on?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We can.
Good. Okay, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government unveils new ICU complex oxygen plant in Ebonyi. I mean, that is good. So glad about that. National Assembly Joint Committee calls for funding support for newly established hospitals.
All right, heading on to the Premium Times. Nigerian realtor urges National Assembly to end. Somebody want to say something?
Yeah,
okay.
Brief on this CEO thing. You know, first of we would all clap, laud and all that. But you see, for me, the issue is about projects. It's about what you do with them after you have done the launching and then it's none of that. You have to do your shine. That happens next. They end to that, you know, the things that are equal are provided alongside over and over and over again. Government will say, oh, they are launching this 1 million by one star hospital, and then you go back there, yeah, and it's become empty, nothing is going on there, and that's where so many projects in Nigeria. And you know, there's the group that was monitoring, and they said had projects across Nigeria. I mean, which country does that? So with Metro putting that in place, we also want to go that they should ensure that it's not but everything that is needful to make it work, including resources to be able and to proper that done for it, that this thing that you have done serves the people of that for as long as possible. Coming into chance in the next 12 months. I just want to get.
All right, thank you very much, Symbol. So let's head on to Premium Times. Yep, yes, on Premium Times. Before then, it's about 11 minutes to 8 right here on Women Radio, and this is Daily News Review right here on Women Radio. My name is Rose, and Kumi is here, and of course, we'll have our analyst for today, Sumbo. So let's head on to Premium Times. On Premium Times, Nigerian realtor urges National Assembly to enact law stripping FCT ministers of power to revoke land. Okay, you don't touch them. And coupled with the fact that they've seen what Wiki has been doing in Abuja. Because Wiki, may they just say if the FCT minister stroke revoke
Now governor of the states.
Anyway, so that's in Abuja.
Is the mayor of Abuja.
So mayor
of Abuja, yes.
Another one on Premium Time says Akwa Ibom's paradox: luxury SUVs for ex-officials, while pupils sit on the floors. Can we see what is the difference between this one now and Zamfara?
Ex-officials.
Ex-officials, oh. And you have children sitting on
now they're part of. I mean, they are part of a group now. They are part of the ruling class. Whether you are ex or you are current, or even aspiring in the future, you belong to the same thing. Look, let me explain something to here very quickly. You see, the African man, the concept lead to the African man is the opposite of the concept of leadership, in the West and of the democracy that we came to embrace and import the West. Africa, leadership means to be served. Leadership means lord over the people serve you are kind of people. Okay, and that's why if you look at our ancient, system, the number, the years or whatever, the area, whatever it's called, in the different regions, it's a academic. That's why the Yoruba, for instance, look at your wife and then it picks her up. And the Yoruba we say, "Oh, basically, he has put his foot on," and you cannot say anything but to relinquish. Because that is the understanding of leadership, and that's what they carried into this, supported democracy. They do have the concept of service. We don't, and that's where we have this problem. So the politician, the average politician of leader, not leaders, come into office expecting worship, expecting to serve, and does not understand why you are asked to look at this. The men are peasants, they're in court. And so that's the trouble that they have in this country. There needs to be a serious orientation.
God, actually, I beg you, please. I don't even. It's too much. It's too much. I always say that it looks like we're taking for fools in this country, and the more you see things like this, the more you're almost convinced that that's what it is. Because how? I don't know. What's the next headline? May God have mercy on us. Moving on to the Nation newspaper, Tinubu extends ban on raw shea nut export for 1 year. Next up, alleged rape. Police release Mirabel to Ogun. Women Affairs continue investigation. Rose, have you guys talked about this on Highlands? This Mirabel, you're muted, Rose.
You're muted, Rose.
Sorry. Yes, we have. We have touched on it on Highlands, and I think we'll also touch on it today because of this new development. So I'm glad that at least they have taken her to the Ministry of Women Affairs, because I think this lady just needs help. She needs help mentally. But I'm just hoping that the Ministry of Women Affairs, anyway, I trust Minister of Women that she's up and doing. So hopefully they get her the help she needs. Yeah.
That's all me I'm going to say on this matter, because the matter long. Okay. Ilongo. Okay, moving on to the cable, Rose.
On the cable, ADC to file complaints against APC at ECOWAS court over Edo attack. Another one says Nigeria declares bid for UNHRC seat, cites record of protecting freedom.
Next up, we have in the Daily Post, APC never wooed me. PDP betrayed me, says Iyabo Obasanjo. Finally, on the Daily Post, we have INEC under pressure to deregister. You wanted to say something, Sumba?
She's still around.
She's still around, though. She wants to contest for governorship in Ogun State. She's very much around.
That sometimes she came out of the trenches of where, or from backside of the houses. So how did she just now show up?
Please now.
That's the problem with Nigeria. Take us for granted. I mean, you can do at any point in time. You know, she goes so long, no voice, no sight, and all of that, and all of a sudden you come out and say you want to call it contest for. And she added the length of time that has been out of the place. Let's move on.
But Nigeria is a country where anybody can contest now. And then if your papa don't be president before, all the best and all the more for you. Shabi Akpabio, yes, it is Akpabio. Yes, sir, I read something about Akpabio as well. So even Wike said, Shibu saw his sons following him up and down too as well. So all of them are grooming their cameras. Kano, is it Kano or Katsina? Kano. I think so. Two kids old.
What it's a monarchy and the succession is song. So let's move on.
So Nigeria, once you see the person and the person's name, just know that somebody is sponsoring you. You know, past your papa and your papa friends. Finish. That's it.
So, but my own question for Iyabo is that if PDP betrayed her and then she went to APC, how about something happens in APC and these people that are here in APC go back to PDP?
Yes.
What would they happen?
She'll go to ADC. She'll go to ADC. No, she'll go to ADC.
Is a question of pace, fee, and that payment fee is not now. So where is my head bottom? There is no ideology where I can my desire, my life. I do that. If the most party this is
we can't hear you any longer.
Oh yeah, let's enjoy yourself.
No. Maybe try to change position. It might be position or something, I think. Should she? Maybe she should turn off her video.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be better. You can turn off your video. Let's see if it will be better.
My video is off already. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh yeah, it's better.
All right. We have changed position. We have turned off video. Let's hope that we carry through. That's Nigeria.
Someone doesn't miss one opportunity. One to talk about how Nigeria is stressful and how Nigeria is still backward. I stand a consistent queen.
In this house, we run at least 3 network providers, and all of them with the Wi-Fi I told you earlier, they say it's down, technical issues, maybe 48 hours. The mobile data that I use, we call them out MTN. They've just been comatose for months. I had to send a message to them on Twitter. It's just trash. My daughters use Airtel. It's the same thing. We're just hanging. This is Nigeria. Yes.
Somebody will come and close us now.
No, someone will pay for it too. She will pay for it.
Am I lying?
Okay. I think someone wanted to say something, right, about she was still saying something about Iyabo Obasanjo, or was she done? Simba, were you done?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
I was done. I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. And then next up on Daily Post is INEC under pressure to deregister ADC, LP, and others, says Igbokwe. I think there was a particular a particular week, either in January or this month, where I remember that ADC and LP had come, Labour Party had come out to say that they didn't see their names on the register. This is really, really interesting, because what do you mean INEC is under pressure to deregister them? Are they not parties? Are they not qualified? This country scares me.
Under pressure from whom? Under pressure from whom?
This country scares me.
Is under from whom? Can you hear me again?
I can hear you. I'm not answering you. I don't know who the pressure is from.
Oh, okay. Let's go on.
I mean, we know, but we are not going to name the big bad wolf.
I hear you.
Okay. Next up, Tribune Road.
All right, on the Tribune newspaper, NAFDAC has power to enforce sachet alcohol ban. Health Ministry tells court. What's all this back and forth with NAFDAC and?
Because somebody is benefiting from it. It's the same way we don't have lights. Somebody is benefiting from the fact that Nigerians don't have lights.
Which one is Ministry of Health says NAFDAC has power?
Because somebody is benefiting from it. And that one, I've clocked that one already. Because if there's not a cartel of people benefiting from these things, we should not be where we are as a country. Starting from insecurity, electricity. That's it.
You know, sometimes you are wondering if everything is all right with us in this country. You know, for several years, there's something I always said, that if I had studied, laboratory science or something, in that field, I would have isolated the brain of the black man and taken it to the lab to examine it if there's any congenital problem. I'm thinking that I should actually reduce that to the brain of the Nigerian to see if something was tampered with that makes it the way it is, because I don't understand how we reason. How do you in 2026 be contesting the banning of sachet alcohol, not even liquor, alcohol? When I was going, was what we call on and off license, okay, for the sale of liquor and alcohol. I mean, do you see the people who drink from those sachet things, even minors, underage children? Yep. You know, you are in the motor park, the vehicles are there, they're going on a long journey, is it interstate now or intrastate, whichever one it is, outside of Lagos to different parts of this country, and the driver is sitting behind the wheels, and he takes a sachet of alcohol, he drowns it. He picks another one, and somebody somewhere is fighting, the effort to put a stop to that. There's something wrong. Absolutely.
It's just a lot going on there. Now, the last one on Tribune says Ramadan, Bauchi government flags off distribution of palliatives. All right. So another one on pen pushing. This is good for Bauchi State. At least, palliatives will reach a lot of people, especially during this Ramadan period. Because I'm sure that there are a lot of people that when it comes to sahur and iftar, they might just be stamping for things to eat during this Ramadan. So I think this will go a long way. Hopefully they do it well, they do it right, so that the right people actually get this palliative.
Yeah, I've gotten to where I wanted you to get to, because we still remember what happened with the COVID palliatives, even up until now. Shebi, Fire Me and Fire She have still been fighting about the 30 million naira that was given to Ibadan residents after the bomb blast, the situation, was it bomb blast? Yeah, in Ibadan 2 years ago. So what are we talking about? Like, it go rich, I mean, no go rich. I don't like, so yes, we can say.
Let's speak to that, because sometimes it's good to touch on these things. I have a problem with a government that runs out to give palliative when there's Ramadan or any of those things. What Nigerians need is not palliative. What Nigerians need is a social system that works. What Nigeria needs is for the government to put in every effort to get Nigeria out of poverty. Now, when you're talking about, there's Ramadan, and then you're giving them palliative so that they can break their fast, my question is, how long have they been fasting? There are people in Nigeria who have been fasting on a daily basis. You understand what I'm talking about? You know about your 110011001. Some people for days is 000. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So it's no longer fasting, it's no longer a seasonal thing in Nigeria. It's no longer something that is restricted to a religious observation. Fasting is something that is going on daily in the lives of people. So don't come and tell me that, oh, Ramadan, you are giving them palliative to get applause. Do you understand? So let us be serious. Let us cut off religion from all these things and do our responsibility to the citizens that we have vowed and we have taken an oath of office to serve. That's what we're talking about. Oh, you make me go on hunger, for how long, and then for 30 days you want to give. After the 30 days, waiting go happen. I will go back to my scavenging and begging and pilfering just to feed. They should get off my back.
It is well. So lastly, we're moving to the last newspaper this morning. Pen pushing newspaper exits. Governor Abiodun salutes Kayode Egbetokun, sets agenda for successor Tunji Disu. Next up, we have Yayi is an opportunist moving around picking what benefits him, says Obasanjo. Those are the the headlines from the dailies this morning. I want us to quickly touch some of the headlines that caught our eye. Before then, this is 8 minutes after 8, and you're still tuning into the Daily News Review on Women Radio. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. Phone lines are now open. You can call 0800 1235 917. That's our toll-free line, 07000 917 917. Or 9155 917 917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 08155 917 917 or 0703 1756 537. Okay, let us get into it. The state police. I think we can start with that one. So, in the Premium Times, we've been hearing little about state police, especially in the light of how insecurity has now tripled, so to speak, in Nigeria. And now the president has said that the creation of state police has become urgent to address Nigeria's evolving security issues, right? And so while he was speaking to the leadership of the 10th Senate, he asked them to amend the Constitution to provide legal framework for it. There's a lot of people who have concerns about it because even the police where we get already, like, things are happening, their power onto themselves. Nigerians don't feel safe with the police, even normally. What happens when there's a state police? But then on the other hand, there's the case for, we need state police because of the state of insecurity in the country. I'd like to know your thoughts on this.
Okay, very long and ongoing debate over the years. And like you said, the arguments have been, you know, there's been pros and there's been the cons, which I also agree with. But the question is, which is the greater, you know, the greater possibility? Okay, when you have state police, I am in support of state police, not because I don't know that, look, okay, there would be some loopholes, and you know, the problem has always been political. You know, the fear is that when you have state police, the governors will use tools as political, you know, tools. But we're just deceiving ourselves, because even now that you don't have state police, the federal might, you know, who commands them for now, uses them, you know, at their own whims and caprices. Now, and even the state governors, to an extent, are able to control the police, okay, within their states, even now. So we just have to find a way of getting over that. But why do we want state police? State police, you know, what it means, if we do it well, is that you become a police officer within the jurisdiction where you are resident. So first off, the people know you, okay? You are a member of that state, or you are a member of that community. If you now add community police, which they are brought, the people, because the people you, it's easy to call you to order, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, secondly, is the fact that when you within your state of residency, not necessarily of origin, because you might be from and you were born in Lagos and have lived in Lagos all your life. So residency would be it for me. Now, the issue is that you are more likely to understand the terrain, more than somebody that they will bring from somewhere who possibly has never even been meeting before his life. Okay, so you are more aware of the terrain, you are more aware of the dynamics of that terrain, how it works, and all of that. So you are better equipped, okay, to police that community, that state, more effectively. And so for me, state police, yes. Now, the question is that before we go into it, if the president is saying now that the national look at how to bring it into institution, that's a step in the, you know, in that direction, the first step in that direction. However, while that is being thought of, while that is being, you know, done, let the government now begin to put in place the things that we make. Begin to look at how would the recruitment process be. You want to look at, you know, what resources would they be needing, you know, and so many things. How do they go through the disengagement, the smooth disengagement, and all of that? It's going to take a whole load of stuff. Money is going to be involved. Systems are going to be involved. They will need to put systems in place. There's going to be need for other capital resources, human resources, and all of that. Think tanks, strategies. It should be a time of consultation. It should be a time of putting heads together, and then, you know, making these things available, so that by the time it becomes a law entrenched in the Constitution, they would have been able to hit the road running. Not that, okay, it's come out of the Constitution, and then for the next 15 years, we're struggling, you know, on how to implement it. So that would be my counsel to government. You are muted for me.
My turn. Rose, I was asking if you have any question for Sumbo.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Me, I'm still very, very out, you know, when it comes to this. And I hear you, Sumbo, when you say for the greater good, because really, yes, in Western countries, we have state police, you have like the LAPD, the NYPD, and all of that, but we don't have that, you know, in Nigeria. Yeah. I think my concern really is what I said, you know, that how do you strike a balance with these officers who are already trigger happy? When I went to the office on Monday, and as early as 5:30, if you're coming from Bega under the bridge to go up the bridge, the police officers who are stationed there. And I remember every time I have to come to the office, I'm always worried because I'm like, I hope people will not. Oh, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Evangelist Dixon. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm cool and calm. Thank God. Maybe I sleep and wake up. I appreciate God. Thank God. I've been listening to all of them. From Rose and Madam Betty. And I believe what she's saying. I had us and I quite agree with what he said. Police will go a long way. The police will go a long way. As he rightly said, these are people that know the career. They're bringing somebody from Abuja. And this is what the Northern elders should be clamoring for. I don't know why they're not clamoring for it. It seems as if they are getting something from this bandit and this Boko Haram of a thing. Because they feel unconcerned. Woman life is nothing to them. It's not the president that's supposed to be clamoring for this. It's they say the state governors. And most of the people that come up with that is people from the south. People from the north, I don't know. I don't really know what is some people in the company Nigeria. But I'm not moved. I believe Nigeria if these two old can do the right thing. As Lady said, you are giving Indomie or whatever you are giving now. Give them good government. Give them good education. Give them good health. They're able to not share anyone in the after the some class rightly at the person almost every day. Because no good governance. And I didn't know this into the people. I don't know how long we're going to continue. I don't know where we are when we are going to get it right. Different people will still go to mouth and pray. After you know what they do, they still go to mouth and pray. They are God listening to us. The day we are listening to one another. We have consider the situation of this country. If we all can do the right thing anywhere, Nigeria will need to come on board. We continue doing wrong thing and praying. In fact, God will not even hear us. Or fasting and pray every single submission. When you make your neighbor happy, your brother happy, your sister happy, then come to God. You have to go will listen. So when you make them start God money, we should know that Mama pastor should tell us so that after they like come to God, so God is going to listen. So that better Nigeria, good Nigeria only. So depend on us. We should all learn to do the right. Nigeria was not like this. And I think Nigeria gives grace again. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Dixon, for calling in. We appreciate you. Okay, so I was saying before Evangelist Dixon called that I get worried. I get worried when I see police, just generally, and they have their guns with them, because I'm just like, I don't know if you're in a good mood. I don't know what will trigger you, you know. So that worries me. And yes, we do. Is there a need for state police? Yes, but unless there's a form of training, unless there's training, not even a form of training for these officers, I'm still going to be worried regardless, because now you're saying, look, you as the state police, you now have power to do and undo. That's what, really, really scares me. But let's take this message. Yes, please.
The truth of the matter is I'm trying to get myself, apprised with what you are trying to say, because, the federal police, because the police as of now is federal police, they are doing all these things that you are afraid of. All right, so it's not a function of the state police or not state police. The police in general, okay. Right now you have federal police. Are you immune? You are not immune. So
of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even immune already.
So state police is not going to. How am I going to put it now? To have state police, okay, is not going to make it worse if we do the right thing. All right, because first and foremost, the police that are going to be transferred to the states, basically majority of them are those who are already in the force, who are already at the federal level. So what they are doing as a federal corps is what they would do, at the state. So what we need to talk about is what you mentioned last. There needs to be a total overhaul of the police, not just the police, the military in this country, training and how to relate with civil society. That's basically it. If you get state police and you don't do anything about that, you're going to get the same result as when we have, as federal police that is operating now. So whether at the state level, at the local level, or at the federal level, there is need for training and an overhauling of that particular institution, especially to let them understand how to relate with civil society and to let them know the laws. And not have absolutely no idea what the laws are concerning any situation. Okay, so that basically is what we need to focus on.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, let's take these messages. In the last 10 years or so, there seems to be a tradition of appointing IDPs from the rank of AIGs, which is at the prerogative of the president. So nothing unusual about Disu's appointment. Besides, he's a fantastic officer and gentleman. Congratulations to Disu. Arraign El-Rufai will likely remain in detention throughout Ramadan and celebrate Eid el-Fitr in detention, says Olusegun Ajayi from Odunlai Ikorodu. Next up, we have blessed morning to you all in the studio. The new IG declared war on corruption. Please, Mr. IG, where will you start the corruption fight from? Where will you start the corruption fight from? Please spare us, okay? Because we have been seeing how your fellow policemen fought corruption, and today we are called a disgraced nation and a country of particular concern. Please come and chop your own and go. God have bless. The attack on Obi is quite unfortunate and uncalled for. We all know how Funshaw Williams was killed in Lagos State, and up till now, nobody knows the killers. Even Bola Ige, Harry Marshall, Abiola, and Abacha were killed in this wicked world, and no trace till today. They are called state affairs. Mr. Peter Obi, you are important to us. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. This is Mayor from Ikotoigbe. Actually, I would like to know your thoughts on that, Sumba. That's supposed to be our third headline. What do you think about the gunman attack, in Edo State where Peter Obi and I think two other people were? Yes.
Absolutely scary. Okay, and scary because belong to my generation, the generation that saw a couple of things way back and could kind of trace how the Civil War came into being, and we talk was referred to as the Wild West, what we saw, Operation Wet, all of that. It gives me, the creeps, because the first thing that hit me was Peter succeeded in killing Peter Obi, this country would be burning, because these are don't do. If it happened, I don't know where we would have been today. I'm not sure anybody would have been able to go out or come in. So my question is, who are the people empowering these stores? And when you empower these stores, what instructions do you give them? And then it is a shame, of course, we don't have shame anymore in this country, that they would dare to go to the house of a former governor of the state, chase this man, chase the entourage all the way to that house and open up, a fire on them. How do you mean they were able to gain entrance through those gates? What would have happened? What would we be saying? This blatant display of madness, I don't understand where it's coming from. And what is more worrisome, Rose and Fumi, is the fact that nothing is going to come out of this. As usual, it has come, it's just going to go like that until, another mad one comes. But I'm just saying, you understand, to the Nigerian politician, whoever they are, softly, kada. Do you understand? Be careful, because if anything goes awry, if anything goes bad in this country, don't think that you are going to be new. If you are able to carry passport and run out, not all of them would be so opportune to do that. And if you think you do, you will still have families, whether you like it or not, in this country. All the things you think you have acquired, everything will be destroyed. Why are we this mad? As far as I'm concerned, it was a show of shame. It was scary. It's something that every Nigerian should condemn, be true to ourselves, something that we should investigate, you know, and come out with, you know, something. We come out with critical, you know, understanding of what happened. All right. So, and the APC government, the ruling government, needs to be careful, because all these things is pointing at their doorstep.
I mean, everything you said, a big rose, because we touched on it yesterday as well. Like, this is so scary, because this is not just an and I'm not saying that ordinary citizens do not matter. I'm saying that this is a presidential aspirant who is not safe either. Then what happens to us ordinary citizens? God will help us. Anyway, we have come to the end of the Daily News Review program this morning. It's been an interesting one. Like, so far we've had more questions, I think more questions than even answers, and Lord knows when we will see the answers or the solutions in Nigeria. But like Suba will always say, Nigeria will be good. Maybe in my I don't know generation at this point. My generation, I'm already reaching half of my life, so I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much, every single person who's listened, who's sent in a text message this morning, who's been part of the program this morning. We truly, truly appreciate you. Sumba, of course, goes without saying that we always love to hear your thoughts, your very candid thoughts, no gray area with you on the newspaper review program. My name is Fumi Bangala. That's all I can say. Rose, over to you.
Oh, well, it's been a good one so far, and we've come to almost the end of the week and the end of February. You know, we're heading into a new month.
And we're going into the best month of the year.
Oh, your birthday. If you don't declare for us.
Yeah. That's inconsequential. That's inconsequential. And my birthday is on a Sunday, so nobody can drag me.
They play. On Monday, you go day office. We day with you. You sent me that paper for ending of March. I see.
My birthday and anniversary. Yeah, my birthday and anniversary is in March. So
I get it. It's okay. Let's see how that goes. See how someone just looking at
the way you say let's see how that goes. I don't understand.
Is it not me? Don't worry.
Mother, don't do so.
You better know the right thing from now.
I'm on my best behavior.
Friday, Saturday, one weekend ahead.
You too. So that's it. Join us again tomorrow at 7:30. We'll be here for the Daily News Review. Do want to have a great day and stay with us. At 9 is the news. At 9:05 is our lunch. My name is Rose, and I've got Olufumi J right from the start up to this very moment. Do want to enjoy the rest of your day and stay with us at Moment Radio. Good morning.